Wow.
My Northern Ireland road trip.
Yeah.
So starting at the Mourne Mountains in Newcastle and County Down, beautiful roads, made for the scenery, stunning. Head up to Belfast, curve down the bottom to Enniskillen, Fermanagh, proper rural. Head up towards Derry, Londonderry, see the city walls. Then is the bit. So you've got the Portaferry, Portrush coastline, which is also where Giant's Causeway is.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you've seen the photos of. It's the big, like, hexagon-shaped stones.
Yeah.
They're awesome. That whole coastline is awesome. Then from Portrush, you can get a little boat out to a place called Rathlin Island.
Okay.
Which is this tiny, tiny little island, and lots of puffins roost there.
Nice.
So you have to pick the time of year you go, but it's awesome. And then come back along the top of the coast, so you're ending up like curving your way back round and ending up in Bangor in County Down, which is the seaside town that I grew up in. I say grew up in, I lived there for 8 years.
Okay, so that's quite a big road trip. I'll be honest with you, we probably won't be able to get that done this year, but it'd be cool if we could.
But I've had my heart set on doing that, because it is a beautiful place. I haven't been back there in a few years now, and it is a place that has my heart. And if you're talking about roads and you're talking about driving, honestly, Northern Ireland gets so forgotten about, but they have got some of the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
What's yours?
It's a bit simpler, and mine's more doable than yours. North Yorkshire Moors. It's something like, a lot of my memories are from like childhood and how good they were, and I want to revisit these places and actually drive those roads. And I've been to North Yorkshire, but I've not driven the roads, and they are beautiful roads up there.
Yeah.
So I do just want to like go up there and just drive. With not even necessarily with a destination,
Yeah,
but
not
just
to go anywhere,
drive.
just drive. I'm on board with that.
They've also got a cool steam railway up there, which was featured in Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go through, and the station was Hogsmeade Station.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, and it's also been in an old ITV series called Heartbeat. It was Aidensfield, which is what it's known for. It goes on, it's known for being Aidensfield. But yeah, North Yorkshire, 100%.
Yeah, literally just drive the roads.
Yeah. And I just like Yorkshire. I love it up there.
I do like
Been there a
Yorkshire.
couple of times, and it's just beautiful.
people. We are here today at Beaulieu Motor Museum, home of 250 years of history of motoring and all things cars. We're gonna bring you around with us. We're gonna see some of the really cool exhibits they've got on today and delve in a little bit deeper into the history of some of our personal favourite cars and try and follow a couple of challenges along the way.
So yeah, I've wanted to come back down here for a long time. I came down here when I was a child and I've got lots of fond memories of this place. So I wanted to come and relive the childhood memories of Beaulieu basically. So a few things have changed since I last came down, but it should be a good day. They also have a cars exhibition, Disney Pixar Cars exhibition, so looking forward to that. So we are currently here. We want to go along here to the National Motor Museum bit, which is just here. And we'll do that bit first. The monorail was established in 1957, I believe the sign said. So the curiosity is if this is still the original train thing, the monorail train from then.
My favourite has been the south-facing walk.
You joining me?
I am. Tell me about this bus, Jonathan.
There's not a lot to say. I don't know what year it is. I believe it's an AEC Regent.
Right.
It's an old London Transport double-decker. These were basically they were made before, like the Routemaster.
Yeah.
So the Routemaster replaced these, but these are the original London Transport double-deckers. And they were what they were. They were double-deckers. They got the door at the back where you used to have a conductor that would stand and issue you tickets and throw children off the bus when they were misbehaving. But yeah, it's nothing real luxury, even though it was quite, as you can tell, the seats are quite comfortable.
Yeah, they are actually.
But none of this like stop bells. It was tell the conductor when you want to get off.
And he stops you.
Yep. So somewhere on the back there'll be a push button for a bell which will communicate to the driver. Obviously you got the driver's cab there.
Yeah, it's completely shut off.
Yeah,
Obviously, that's very different.
driver was completely separate from everything else. So yeah, no, quite a cool little bus to be fair.
some quite cool things so far, I think. I was a big fan of the London bus. I know you were as well.
I love the London bus.
Pretty cool to see. Did you find out what year it was in the end?
I didn't actually look properly on the board. I know it says it's between 1930 something, I believe, and 1940 something. But they were in service for a long time.
Yeah.
They were basically the original London bus, other than the horse-drawn ones. I think for the Transport Museum in London, that's quite interesting. They've got the old horse-drawn buses down there. Saying they're bad.
I got to say, I was quite a fan of the Phantoms. Phantoms, Rolls Royces is what I meant. You had a shadow on there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The army truck's pretty cool as well.
The little Willis one.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So I was watching another YouTuber actually the other day, and he was saying about how to tell if they're like an original one or not.
Oh yeah.
And if you get a Ford one, I think it's worth more, and it's like a lot more than the Willis Jeep. The Willis Jeep is more common than the Ford one, but they're still really cool. It's old. I quite like the little Motability car. I still love those.
Yeah. No, they are quite cool.
I think there'd be a lot less people driving around in fancy cars if the only thing you could get on Motability was that. But
a good point. Good point.
I also I like the idea of that fire truck over there. I think that's just the fact we used to rely on something like that to come in, put out our house fire. There's so much cool stuff here. The garage is cool. I find that cool because it's based on a garage in Somerset.
Yeah, Wedmore.
Yeah, which I find really, really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Also, we've still got lots more to see, but I was going to say try and pick a favourite so far. I can't
either, to be honest. I really can't. There's been some pretty cool things. We haven't even got to the cars we're really excited about yet.
No, exactly. There's all sorts. You've got hypercars, classic cars. You've got the Disney Pixar cars yet to look at. We've done the monorail. That's cool. Obviously, you've got the old bus as well that I want to go on. And thanks so much. We're going to go upstairs in a minute where there's a lot more. We've done down here. I think we've covered everything down here.
I think we've covered everything down here.
I will double check because there is loads. There's absolutely loads down here.
Cool.
This is the Benz Patent Motorway. It has appeared on an episode of Top Gear. I believe it was one of their specials. It might not be, it might just be a normal episode, but it was where they were trying to find how the original motor car started. Or not the original motor car, but the modern day motor car started, like the 3 pedals, like brake, clutch, accelerator. How we picture a motor car now. What's also quite cool is my dad used to have a Mercedes van, and he was going originally, because we were all keen on naming cars, but he was originally going to name it Bertha because of the name of the wife of Benz, but ended up calling it Helga instead because it was more of a German name.
So we're now going to head upstairs. We're going to have a look at the Disney Pixar exhibit, which I'm not going to lie is one of the main reasons I wanted to come today. And they've got some other awesome exhibits up there as well. So come and check it out with us. I think it's been pretty cool though. Do you know what? Like, genuinely, I think each of the exhibits have had something that has really caught my attention. Whether it's the motorbikes, for me, definitely the old school Harleys.
Yeah.
Quite cool to see the military bikes as well, for both the British and American sides. I thought they were really awesome. Definitely, you know, as big of a kid I am, love seeing Lightning McQueen.
I do too.
Each little section has had something that's really grabbed my attention. I've gone, oh, do you know what? That's cool.
I know there is so much to look at and so much amazing stuff. I mean, I'm not a fan of motorbikes, but even some of the motorbikes here are just fascinating.
Yeah,
like
that's what I mean.
The one with the motor in the wheel.
Yeah. Something. Each section's had something that sort of grabbed my
old
attention.
school, like Vespas.
Yeah.
I like the little baby caravan as well.
the little Garage caravan.
Yeah, they've got a thing on Instagram as well, so you can follow them.
Yeah. Oh, what is it?
Yeah, I think it's called Chatty Caravan or something like that. So we can go back through and have a look.
Yeah.
But honestly, so much going on.
I'm absolutely starving. Should we go and get some food?
Sounds like a plan.
Restaurant this way. I think we should go and have a little look at those ruins over there.
Ruins.
Have a nosy at the Abbott's Mews. Or are we going to look at the ruins, come back here, get the bus to the house?
I don't know how we do it. I'm just going to go on the bus to somebody.
Okay, fine. Go have a look at the ruins, come back here, get the bus to the house, and have a nosy around there.
Hello. have the Domus embroidered wall hangings. The Domus wall hangings were created by Belinda Lady Montague between 1991 and 1998. These tell the story of Beaulieu Abbey from its foundation in 1204 to the dissolution in 1538. Many different materials were used, including pineapple fibre, hand-woven cotton, and even pieces from clothes bought at jumble sales. The first one you see is foundation. A gift of land nearby and stone from royal quarries is made to the Cistercians. They begin to build and abbey, Bellus Locus Regis, the beautiful place of the king. The second one is dedication. The year is 1246. The church of Beaulieu Abbey is finally complete, some 42 years after the construction was begun. Although there is still much remaining to be built, on the 17th of June its dedication ceremony takes place, conducted by the Bishop of Winchester in the presence of King John's son, King Henry III, together with his wife Queen Eleanor, their son Prince Edward, and the Abbot of Beaulieu, Alcius de Guises. The third one is monastic life. Choir monks and lay brothers try to ensure that the abbey is self-supporting, but some trade is necessary. Lay brothers tend the sheep, producing the fleeces which are the main source of income for the abbey, and from which the monks' habits are made. They manage the woodlands to provide building materials and firewood. They keep bees for honey and church candles, grow grapes for wine, and catch fish for the refectory tables. The fourth one is self-sufficiency. Lay brothers till the land, producing grain, which can be harvested and made into flour. In the kitchen, the lay brothers use the flour to make bread and flans, and prepare fish from the abbey stew ponds. These are then placed in the hatch in the wall between the kitchen and the refectory, where they are collected and served at the table. The fifth one, the herb garden. A variety of medicinal herbs, such as winter savoury and agrimony, are grown within the walls of Beaulieu Abbey precinct. Vegetables, including beans and leeks, are cultivated in plots tended by lay brothers from a department called the curtilage. The sixth one is sanctuary. Fugitives from justice can claim permanent sanctuary at Beaulieu, provided they stay within the abbey's walls. They cannot be arrested and made to stand trial for their crimes. Number 7. Dissolution. The 2nd of April 1538. Beaulieu Abbey is surrendered to King Henry VIII by its last abbot, Thomas Stevens. The remaining monks, sad at the closure, but resigned to their fate, leave for new lives. Before leaving, they throw a precious statue of the Virgin Mary into Soley Pond. In July 1538, Sir Thomas Wriothesley, later the 1st Earl of Southampton, buys the Beaulieu estate with its remaining monastic buildings from the king. Beaulieu has its first lay owner.
Ta-da! Here you will see some stones.
This is Palace House, also known as Beaulieu Manor House. When Lord Montagu inherited the Beaulieu estate in 1951, it rapidly became clear to him that the cost of running this historic property, with its substantial maintenance and heating bills, would be quite a challenge, so he decided to open it up to the public. The Beaulieu Abbey ruins had already been open to the public since 1890, so the Montagu family had some experience of catering to tourists. But opening their home to strangers would be a far more significant step. In preparation for the opening, Lord Montagu assembled portraits of his ancestors, created exhibitions of coronation robes, and gathered together family heirlooms. But he readily admitted that Palace House was not as large and grand as other stately homes such as Longley. What he needed was an extra ingredient. And so it was that in 1952, when Palace House and Gardens were opened to the public for the first time, visitors were greeted by 5 veteran cards in the entrance hall. Originally installed as a tribute to his late father, who was a motoring advocate and pioneer, this simple beginning proved to be a great success, and was later developed into the National Motor Museum, which we've shown you around today in the rest of our video, which has obviously grown wildly beyond the entrance hall, and is now based in its own purpose-built building in the Palace House grounds.
That's the end of our day at Beaulieu today. I think it's definitely a place that's worth a visit. I'd 100% come back here again. And I don't know what you think, but very most enjoyable for me.
Yeah,
Very most enjoyable isn't a sentence, but we're going with it.
I just wish we got here a bit earlier, so we weren't like rushing the last bit in a way. I know we're not rushing, but it would have just been nice to get here a bit earlier.
Yeah, but I think it was still a very nice day and I'd definitely come back again.
Yeah, maybe on an event day as well.
Bye!